Good afternoon, YouTube. How's everybody doing? It's been a long time. Um, what's up? So the SHSAT is live. It's going to be on November 17th is the first date. So how's everybody out there doing? I got sick in April, and everything's been a whirlwind since then. So hope you guys are all right. School's in session. So let me just check this out. All right, so I'm live. Good. So what's up? What's up? What's up? So this week we got a whole bunch of announcements. Hello, Nikki. A whole bunch of announcements, and hopefully that means smooth sailing from this point onward. Some of you are probably still being taken by surprise about it, but I've been warning that we should still really stick to the schedule. And honestly, November is the schedule, so this is neither late nor early. Traditionally, it was SHSAT started the last weekend in October, and then a few weekends in November. And there were years it was only in November, so that's what we're getting this year. And of course, this year they're continuing on with the SHSAT school day for most eighth graders. So, what's up? What's everybody doing? So, if anybody has questions, I've been tinkering with the SHSAT for decades. In fact, I took the SHSAT and got into Brooklyn Tech myself. And one of my kids also went to Brooklyn Tech. They realized this registration start day is on my birthday. So I hope that's a good thing. Yeah, so I have on the screen some dates there. Registration is not open yet. It's not going to open until October 6th. It's going to be through my schools, and you cannot get in yet because you need a welcome letter. So many of you need a creation code and a whole bunch of other stuff. So just be patient. Registration is not going to open for another week. And at that, you still have like 5 or 6 weeks. The exam is in like 7 weeks. So there's still enough time to just catch your breaths, guys, and go for it. Even if you're kind of stuck on your prep, it's kind of the same situation. There's still 7 weeks minimum. And if you get a date that's like November 20th, then you get another 2 weeks or whatever, right? You get you get another week. All right, but a week's still a week. And so if you notice on the screen there, I have some dates. I just modified my website to reflect that. Okay, so September 29th was when they released all this info. Registration starts on the 6th and ends on the 4th. Traditionally, the DOE does not stick to their deadlines, but why wait for the last minute? But probably they're going to extend that November 4th deadline for a few days. Let me check to see what day of the week that is. November 4th is a Monday. Yeah, so they're probably extended to that Friday. Same for the December 1st for the regular high schools at the end there. This down here. Applications for all other high schools will be on October 12th with a December 1st deadline. What they've done, which is different this year, is they normally wait for the SHSAT registration to be over, and then you can apply to the non-specialized high schools. But this year, if you notice, it's overlapping. So SHSAT registration is going to start the 6th. Regular high schools open on the 12th. The SHSAT registration ends on the 4th. And then finally, all the high schools end on December 1st. So I think they might wiggle those dates around. But I'm glad if they gave exact dates, because before the pandemic, they were able to give exact dates and really stick to it. And really, they never really changed it. I think one year things got changed because of Hurricane Sandy, I guess, which was maybe, oh gosh, I don't know when that was. Now maybe 2016. So I just checked my schools and my name is not there. I don't know why. Last time I checked, it was still there in 7th grade. Right. So that's another thing. If you had a My Schools account from basically registering for middle school, because My Schools wasn't always the way you did it. And My Schools finally went live about 4 years ago. So I think all you guys are in My Schools. But they've not updated your record. So it's still showing you're in school from last year. And even some students, it's showing from 2 years ago. The other thing they're doing is they're wiping it clean, so to speak. So they are removing everybody's records to try to start over from scratch while they're still trying to give you welcome letters and a whole bunch of other things. By the way, I see a bunch of people in the lobby. Welcome. Please hit the like button. Yay! Hit the like button. Come on. So that's the deal with my schools. So my schools right now is in a state of flux. It either has wrong information or no information. And I don't know why they do it that way. Every year, it's really silly. It's really silly. And they instead of updating an alternate system and then copying it over, they seem to modify the whole live system. And just things like not leaving, they leave dates out and other things like that. So something could really still be applying to last year, and you really can't tell. That's true of the whole DOE website. So last week, before they did the SHSAT announcement, they had cleaned all the middle school and all the high school information from last year. Almost. There's still some remnants of it. So pretty much everything now on the DO website should be up to date. I know there's pages that aren't, but for the most part, that's true. So if I delete it, could I just make another account because I don't have the email from that one? I don't think so. You may have to ask your guidance counselor to do it for you. Because once you delete your record, you're getting on shaky territory. What they're probably going to do is give you a welcome letter, whether you have an account already, with a new creation code and all these other stuff like that. And at that point, you can add the new email onto it. All right. But the thing is, Nikki, you already have an OSIS number and things like that. All right. So you don't want to end up getting duplicates. And this has happened in the past, especially for students. You may not have, your family might not, English may not be your first language. And instead they go to a welcome center or the guidance counselor of your school, and they put incorrect information in it for you. It could be the spelling of your name wrong. It could be your address wrong. It could even be your OSIS number. So you want to keep it as clean as possible, because what happens is kids don't get offers at the end of it, as because they have duplicate accounts, even if you think you deleted it. So I would not play games with that. Just wait it out. There's still, like I said, 7 or 8 weeks to get all this done, and especially for the regular high schools, this until December 1st. They have all of October or November, so there's way time to get all kind of resolved and solved and all these kind of things like that. All right, so yeah, and just be wary. My schools isn't perfect. It crashes often. They update it randomly, and including with live data and unlive data. They seem to be testing it half the time. It's a weird approach. So on that note, not only is the SHSAT information been given this week, but we also have a ton of information about registering for the other schools, and they've given some tentative information about screen schools as well. By the way, I have some handy links on my site. If you scroll down, I have a section relating to, first of all, a lottery number generator that I did. Where is that? That's pretty far down. So if we come here, first of all, I have a whole bunch of handy links right here, which is, you can pretty much click and find out pretty much anything about middle school or high school registration. All right, so a lot of these links click into stuff. So in other words, if we go down to here, it's about the SHSAT. If we go along this line here, it's about screen schools. So just be clear that the DOE has still not released all information about the registration, not even for the SHSAT. So they still need to clarify what might happen with students with IEPs, and they need to clarify exactly what's happening with some other schools that are co-located with other schools. So if they do a SHSAT day, they need to have the school cleared of students. Because some students in 8th grade do not do the SHSAT day. They go to Stuyvesant on a weekend and stuff like that. So all that needs to be resolved. The same for the screen schools. They need to still tell the families which schools are going to require essays, which might have an interview, how exactly the auditions are going to work this year, whether they're live, in person, both, a whole bunch of stuff here. So there's still a lot that needs to be nitpicked and worked out. Please like and subscribe, people. a bunch of people in the lobby I see there. So welcome. I'm going to start doing some more streams again. So I used to do a lot of streams, and it fluctuates back and forth what I do. I got COVID at the end of April, and it knocked me out for a month. And then I just had to kind of catch up because I have family responsibilities, and I do tutoring, so I had to make that the first and foremost. And now that I've kind of caught my breath, and now that all this new information is coming out, I figured I'll start streaming again, doing a lot of live streams. So some of you know I have hundreds of videos already where I cover the complete handbooks. There's other videos I do like this that are just Q&A. There's other videos I do problem of the day series, a whole bunch of stuff, and not just for the SHSAT. Some of you guys are also taking the TACHS, the TACHS, the Catholic High School exam. Some of you are already taking the ISEE, or already took it. Same for the SSAT, because some of them have flex exams. And I also tutor for the PSAT, the SAT, a whole shebang of these exams. So, you know, there's overlap between them, but I'm game for it all. The SHSAT is the biggie, at least in terms of New York City students. So, yeah, I also tutor for SHSAT 9. So anyway, you can click on those links on the side there, guys. It's just a handy place to go. So again, that's from my website, but on the main page. But if you also look at the top here, it's GregsTutoringNYC.com, and then DOE MSHS admissions. Okay, this actually came about because I wrote a program to do lottery number calculations. So be clear that there's still going to be lottery numbers this year, but it's just going to be under a whole different situation than it was last year. Okay. Anyway, you can enter your lottery number in there. Let's say it was 22, and it's going to give you some details about your percentile. And I give a little tiny synopsis here. So 22 is a good number. If we were to do like 55, or let's say AA, because yours could start that way, that's not really the best number. Okay, so it's so-so. Basically, you want to get the 25 percentile, which is a number starting with 0, 1, 2, or 3. That's really all this comes down to. The rest is kind of theatrics. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of links here again on this page as well. So both the pages. So there's DOE Lottery from GregsTutoringNYC.com, and there's also the other one. All right. All right. Yeah. Okay. So does anybody have any questions? How do you find your number? Right now you can't. But that page said how. It's on that page. Once right here. Log into My Schools, click Edit Profile, and scroll down to find the random number. And right now you can't do it. You get assigned a lottery number when you finally register. So technically you don't have a lottery number until you do that. All right. Yeah, so that's it. We have a lot of SHSAT details now. We have a whole bunch of general high school stuff. They still need to provide really the details on the screen schools and consortium schools and other things. Remember in your registration to consider Catholic schools, consider private schools, consider charter schools, even consider homeschooling. There's lots of other options available. Places like Success Academy have lots of, at least in New York City, they're reasonable schools. And luckily we have the luck of the draw here a lot of ways because we have lots of different schools. Do you have any tips for taking the test? Yeah, look on my channel. There's thousands of tips that I give in each video. Just for now, just make sure you're pacing yourself. Part of my videos, I have a 8-week study plan. I have a, you know, if you go to my main page, At the bottom here, it says go home. So if you come back here, I have links right here. If you go to GregsTutoringNYC.com/SHSAT facts, right? If we click on there, I have a whole bunch of links to my videos that I arranged in certain orders. And also, I have full handbook reviews here. I have reviews of commercial workbooks. I have math topic lists, ELA topic lists, okay, formulas required, geometry thoughts, more geometry stuff. I have things about math that you should know about. This is core basic stuff. This is your 8-week study plan, which lays out a lot of stuff, and I go into a lot of deep discussions there, not just literally about that. I have a section here about hard math problems, thousands of math problems I go through. Again, you can look at those. And at the bottom here, there's just other links. I have a section about the SHSAT 9 about itself. There's practice tests. These are past handbooks. Okay, I have a problem of the day series on math here. What else do I have down here? That's my YouTube channel here. Okay, there's stuff about what to bring on test day. There's a crash course on anxiety and nervousness and stuff like that. This page about discovery. There's another page about how the SHSAT cutoff scores are, about SHSAT scoring, about open houses for the specialized high schools. I have a list of top high schools. There's a whole list of stuff, and inside those videos, I have lots of stuff. Are you going to be doing any handbook reviews in the future? I plan to. I was going to do an unboxing. I still have that up here as a placeholder, coming soon. But again, I got sick and all that stuff, so I'm still trying to catch my breath, even though I've been okay for a couple of weeks now, or probably a couple of months even. But things have to come in due time. I do this for free, so and when I do it, I want to give it a quality, effort. I don't want to just slap stuff up just to pump up the channel in that way. I'm really just about facts. I'm not here to offer bling. I'm here to offer content and facts that are applicable. What I'm probably going to do when I do it is I normally review the handbook from another year, but I think this year I'm actually going to review this year's handbook. So I'll pick either Form A or Form B and go for it, and just pace it out and see where things end up from there. Because other things like this hardest math series, I did that over a course of a year, and it was while I was doing the 7th grade problems, I got sick. So I did a whole bunch of multiple choice problems. There's hundreds of those already, and I got sick doing a whole bunch of show your work problems. So, and that's applicable too. You can go into those and look at it. But the handbook ones, I think I have online. Let's see here. I already have 3 of them. 1, 2. Yeah, I've reviewed 3 full handbooks, if I'm not mistaken. So there's hours and hours and hours and hours, and did I say hours, of content already based on that. It's painful. I'll give you that. The problems are boring, and there's only one way to get through them. It's to sweat through them. But there's probably 100 hours here. I think it may have been written. The one handbook has 22 hours worth of material. Another handbook has 15 hours. And this one here, I guess I never counted it, but that's probably about 10 or 15 hours worth of material. So right here, there's like 50, 20, 25. There's about 50 hours worth of review of the DOE handbooks. But I'll keep going. So one's 2021, the other's 2020, and the other, I think, was the 2017. Yeah. So I will probably start the current one that's online. And if you click on here, this link here, I have all handbooks from 2008 onward. Although the SHSAT has changed in 2017, the SHSAT changed. So, all right. Anybody else have any other questions? Please like and subscribe. And again, my site is just packed with videos. There's probably, as much as I just said, there's just as much that That's still on it, available. What I like to do is explore questions. I don't just answer them, I explore them in depth because it's my belief that the test has a purpose behind it, which is concepts and topics. And that if you focus too much on the questions, you're trying to game the exam, and you're trying to do something that's you're getting too at the minutia. And you have to solve the question, obviously, so you do have to get to the minutia. But if you get too close to the minutia, then you're losing focus on what the purpose of the exam is. The purpose of the exam is to solve questions in novel situations and novel ways. And that's part of what I explore. Basically, any math problem, I try to solve it twice. There are certain math problems that can be solved 5 different ways, right? So we explore that. The same with the ELA. The exam is not about guessing. The ELA is very, very, very specific. And it's using underlying literacy aspects like author's craft, main idea, author's point of view, tone, turning point, plot, summary, theme, moral, all those good stuff. And many of you are kind of shaky on them. Yep, okay, no problem. Have a good day as well. Like I said, I'll be doing more of these. I'll hang out a little bit here more. I'm going to go back and review basically the dates again. Let's see, where was that? Here. But this was pretty impromptu today. I just figured, I realized, oh, I hadn't done a stream in a while. So it's time to redo these all over anyway. So just to be clear, registration starts October 6th until the November 4th. Okay, you must be registered to take the SHSAT. Even though it's going to be occurring for many of you in your school, you still must register first. Okay. At the moment, welcome letters have not been sent out. Registration is not open. You may not be able to get into your My Schools account. That's all fine. There's still 8 weeks for all this to be shaken out, and the DOE has not even set it up yet so that you can register or get the welcome letter. So don't worry if you can't log into My Schools yet. Okay. After you get the welcome letter, you will be able to sign up, and I don't mean that day necessarily. Okay. It just means you're going to get the welcome letter with the information you need. Some schools are probably going to have an evening session for families to come where the guidance counselor will hand it out. Now, this welcome letter is probably going to most likely be handed literally to you. So don't lose it. Don't lose it if it's in your bag. Because if you lose it, you'll be able to get another copy, but you're going to have to bother your guidance counselor and maybe have a delay and all that kind of stuff like that. So just don't lose it. Probably also a safe bet too is as soon as you get it, take a photo of it with your phone if your teacher lets you do that. Okay? And then testing is going to be on November 17th, the 19th, and the 20th. Okay? For most 8th graders, it's going to be on the 17th. Okay? And then for most 8th graders, it's going to be in your middle school. All right? And we're talking about DOE 8th graders. If you're homeschools, go to a private school, a Catholic school, then that you don't have an SHSAT day. You go on either the 19th or the 20th. Okay? Same for 9th graders. If you're a 9th grader, you don't have a middle school. So you will also be taking it on a weekend. All right? Normally the weekend location is Stuyvesant. I don't know if they're going to do that again this year. All right? And then there's other students, if you were absent for your school day or you have an IEP and other nuances that they may be offering it to you on the 19th or the 20th. Okay, LaGuardia has auditions, and the application for LaGuardia opens on the 12th, and the deadline is December 1st. They have not given all details about exactly how the auditions are going to work. But be clear, LaGuardia does not require the SHSAT. Okay? And then there's all the other high schools that are not the specialized high schools. They will also open their registration on the 12th and close December 1st. And all high school offers are expected to be made together in early March. So is that going to be true? Is it going to be the middle of March? Is it going to be the end of March? Might it even be April? Yeah, the DOE delays stuff. So that's the way it goes. And that's pretty much the deal. Middle schools and other schools are going to have their own schedules that might overlap this or not. And by the way, just throw this in, middle schools are being allowed to add screening back in if their superintendent in their district agrees to it. Okay. In the meantime, get your acts together, guys. Start thinking about what high school you want to go to. Start thinking about what specialized high school you want to go to. If you feel you need to prep, start prepping. If you're prepping already, continue prepping. If you find that you're struggling, it may be the way you're doing it is not the best way to do it. If you find you're struggling, you may want to go to a tutor. Hey, I have a reference to a tutor at the bottom. Email me at GregsTutoringNYC@gmail.com. See the bottom line down there, guys? I've been doing this for decades. I got into specialized high school myself. My kids got into high school. I interact with people. You guys should check out r/SHSAT on Reddit. I'm the moderator there, and there are lots of conversations happening there. Check out my site. Go to that GregsTutoringNYC.com/SHSAT-FAQS. All right. Okay. I think I'm going to put this Ask Me Anything to rest. And like I said earlier, I'm probably going to continue these maybe once a week minimum. And I'll probably do at least one live stream at least minimum. That's not an AMA. And I will probably also do another live stream at least once a week that's going to do the SHSAT handbook. In fact, those I normally do in pieces, up to 10 to 20 pieces, an hour each or whatever. So that's probably something I'll have to do on a daily basis, which right now is actually impossible because I'm tutoring kids and other things. So we're going to have to pace that out. I'll see how that turns out working. I could also live stream it at night or at least do streams at night that I post. That way the info still gets posted up there. All right. Anybody with final questions? 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. Peace out and have a great day.